Every day, corporate networks are quietly drained of their assets, while ordinary people wake up to find their digital lives held hostage for ransom. We have wired our survival, from our banking infrastructure to our medical records, into the devices sitting in our pockets. That convenience has engineered a highly fragile society, yet the architecture holding it all together is completely invisible to almost everyone using it. Only a microscopic fraction of the population possesses the capability to navigate the underlying code, let alone dismantle it or lock it down. The silent, widening power imbalance between an oblivious majority and a highly capable few has become the defining vulnerability of the digital age. The people standing on the other side of that imbalance rarely look like the shadowy figures portrayed in movies. Many professionals entered the cybersecurity field by accident, tasked by their managers decades ago with a simple directive: figure out how to protect the company. What starts as a basic job requirement quickly escalates. You spend thousands of hours studying network vulnerabilities, dissecting complex protocols, and anticipating threats, until you effectively become a digital guardian. But there is a terrifying catch to this education. In the realm of network security, every single concept you learn is inherently dual use. To build a wall, you have to master the exact tools required to tear it down. If you know how to encrypt and shield a database, you possess the exact sequence of commands needed to breach it. Acquiring this technical mastery forces an immense, unasked-for moral burden upon you. That burden dictates everything you do next. To cope with this reality, professionals build completely severed, isolated environments. We call them labs. This is where the actual work of honing cyber skills takes place, strictly contained and disconnected from the outside world. This containment is absolute. Testing an exploit or running a penetration script in the wild, even with good intentions, risks taking down hospital servers, wiping out payrolls, or exposing sensitive data. A skilled operator knows exactly how to wipe their digital footprint and vanish without a trace. You can delete the server logs. You cannot delete the ethical breach. Imagine possessing a skill set capable of bending global infrastructure to your will and consciously choosing every single day to restrict those abilities to a handful of sterile, simulated servers in a dark room. Mastery in this field requires self-imposed imprisonment. You cage your own capabilities to ensure the safety of the public. That discipline is severely tested when you walk out of the lab. You will inevitably stumble across catastrophic vulnerabilities lying completely exposed on commercial websites or public networks. Your instinct is to poke at the flaw to confirm it, or to quietly alert the owner. Probing a system without explicit prior authorization is legally defined as a cyber attack. You see the open door. You see the threat. You must actively choose to turn around, walk away, and say absolutely nothing. It is the same reason seasoned professionals refuse to publish deep technical tutorials. It is terrifying to hand a loaded weapon to an anonymous internet user who might lack the professional conscience to keep the safety on. True mastery is defined by the iron discipline required to possess world-altering digital power while choosing to permanently withhold it. If the people who spot these vulnerabilities are ethically and legally bound to silence, it raises a serious question. How does any business actually survive? We replace individual vigilance with rigid architecture. We rely on standards, like the ISO 27001 framework, to build defense into a company's foundation. These frameworks enforce strict policies, conduct audits, and patch flaws automatically, removing the reliance on a benevolent stranger's warning before an attack. When you pair those corporate structures with individual digital literacy, knowing how to secure your own devices and recognize social engineering, you create a resilient ecosystem. Since the experts must operate within the strict boundaries of their apex, institutional policies and public awareness remain our only viable, scalable shields against total digital collapse. Behind all of the servers and frameworks, the daily reality of this profession takes a massive psychological toll. You are permanently walking a tightrope between absolute power and absolute responsibility. It is deeply painful to watch businesses hemorrhage money and everyday people face brutal extortion over simple vulnerabilities that could have been prevented with basic awareness. This specific knowledge has the potential to elevate you to incredible heights in your career. The moment you drift across that ethical line, the fall is immediate and destructive. Technology itself holds absolutely no inherent allegiance. It is exclusively our human conscience and our commitment to professional integrity that determines whether the digital realm becomes a sanctuary or a war zone.